Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the new show called The Vox of Gaming, where we're just a bunch of guys. We love talking about gaming and talking about it with you guys. So, to gaming! Whoa! What are you... I happened to bring this because I knew you didn't bring a Stein. Yeah. Okay, to gaming! We love to support you guys too, our fellow nerds, with swag. So, we are in Germany right now, and we got some swag from Gamescom that we're going to be giving away too. So, we'll get back to that later though. But first up, let me get to the round table with my buddies here. What are you guys currently playing?
Right now I'm playing Star Wars: The Old Republic, and BioWare did an awesome job with this game, and I feel it's a game worth looking into, and I keep playing.
Heck yeah, I did beta for that, man. Level 10 went up to. I only needed like level 10, and I love this game so far. But Origin, that's the only reason why I haven't bought it. It's horrible to buy while you're overseas, especially if you're an American and have like a U.S. account. So it's horrible, horrible. But what have you been playing?
I've been playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. I've been playing Call of Duty series since COD 2, so I gotta stick to the fanboy.
Yeah, you're gonna get some rivals. I know already. Some Battlefield rivals.
It's a bunch of fun. And I've also picked up Assassin's Creed this week. It was $20 cheaper this week, so
Steam.
Snatched that up.
Hell yeah, man! Steam's love for
Absolutely.
Steam. Jeez, even what was it? Skyrim?
Yeah.
One game of the year, and then they're still doing a Steam sale for it.
Yeah.
Like they don't give a damn, you know.
It's pretty awesome. Steam's
man.
such a big company, nowadays.
They were able to pull that off.
They can do whatever they want,
Pretty much.
They can do a 25% discount, and not care.
That I did buy Assassin's Creed, but I still haven't played it yet, and I got it just on the Christmas sales because that's renowned for gaming. Everybody's like, "Oh, Steam sales, when are they going to start?" I knew we were like that when it was about to start. All right, now the other thing we want to do is cover what's going on in gaming. So right now, with Star Wars being so big, we have a patch coming out, 1.1, I believe it is. So what's going on with that?
Yeah, 1.1's coming out. It's going to be a level 50 flashpoint. And plus, they're also doing a lot with the other flashpoints, like throughout the game. They're adding a couple things to the Black Talon, but they're also taking care of those invisible mobs that you can't see that are hitting you from behind and from the left. And you're like, where am I getting hit from? Well, they've added a bug fix for that.
And then we also had some numbers here for you guys. Within 3 weeks of launch, it's the fastest growing MMO with over 350,000 peak concurrent subscribers.
That's correct.
That's pretty cool.
Holy shit!
That's a lot of people for this close to release. 350,000.
Yeah.
You got the big dogs. World of Warcraft. At its peak, it had 13 million, and we're already over 250,000 within 3 weeks of launch.
Jesus,
that's pretty awesome.
No kidding, and that's the roughest time because I've been in a lot of betas, and the roughest time is that first couple months, like within a game. You have so much stuff that's broken. People are breaking your game all the time, and I hear there's nothing but good things about this game.
And it's really good to see that BioWare's getting on top of these bug fixes. They're taking the word from the community, and it's really good to see that they're trying to get on top of this. Trying to get those low level guys some help.
Yeah.
So
that's sweet. And then we
also
have here the Old Republic gets the Guinness Book of World Records in 2012 for over 200 lines of recorded dialogue.
Yeah.
who has that job?
200,000.
Yeah. Who's recording? Who's like, I need the most random statistics to get in the Guinness Book of World Records? Like,
what's the criteria for making a world record? I wonder. How do you qualify for this?
Well, I was like, why didn't we think of this? Like, who's killed the most innocent animals within an MMO within a month or something? It's like, who thinks of this?
Bunny genocide.
All right, and then we have a discussion talk here. There's so much talk and so much hate for everybody saying World of Warcraft versus Star Wars and trying to compare what's the WoW killer,
Oh man, this is
WoW killed themselves, man.
You think so?
This latest patch, pandas and Pokemon. Even in their podcast, they were. You could see the pausing in their podcast. They were trying to select words so that they wouldn't get.
They wouldn't say Pokemon?
Yeah, basically.
Nice.
Pokemon terminology.
I may go to WoW just because of Pokemon.
Yeah.
I haven't played for like 3 years. I refuse to go back to that game. You know, they said it with other games before too. They were like, "Oh, this is gonna be the WoW killer. This is gonna be the WoW killer." Everybody always said that with the new game coming out, and it's like, well, you can't just gank a whole community.
Yeah,
like,
but that's
swoop.
definitely the goal of any new MMO coming out. You go for the big dog. You know, you don't aim low. And World of Warcraft has definitely been the big dog for several years now.
Yeah. 7 years.
Yeah. So that's definitely the pinnacle of any new game coming out, is trying to take down WoW.
Yeah, aiming for high, man. All right, our next topic here, EVE Online Fan Fest. You guys, EVE Online, Jesus, this game has been out for 9 years now already, almost as long as WoW, pretty much. You guys have a convention coming up on March 22nd. Tickets are $100. It's going to be in Iceland. And for a game that's been out 9 years, I don't know, I'm trying to figure out, at what point do you say, like, in your gaming community, that it's good enough that people will pay and people will join up to make a convention of it? You know, like, so many people will say, yeah, let's go do this, and not, like, just 100 people, you know, but thousands, you know.
Right.
Yeah,
at what point?
You definitely have to have a large fan base behind your game before you even think about throwing a fan fest like EVE Online has done. But, you know, when you get that big, you know, World of Warcraft, you know, EVE Online, you get those fans that are trying to get involved in the community. As a developer, you see all those fans, you know, all that fan art, all the cosplay going on. You get all that going together, and you just see a big pattern, and you go, hey, why don't we throw a fan fest? We got the numbers behind us. We got the community involved. Why not? You know, give something back to the community.
Yeah. So. It's especially for, like, well, I mean, of course, my personal experience, Minecon, of course, it's like, with the company that grew so fast, their fans kind of started taking over, and they're like, hey, let's do something, you know, and they actually didn't even break even with their stuff, because most of the money, like, came out of Mojang's account, and they said they actually lost, you know, and it was mostly for the fans, so they were dedicated to the fans. I know, like, BlizzCon, you know, that obviously they make money, you know, they're in the business to make money, obviously. So for them, it's, you know, nonchalant. That's obvious.
Yeah, but I don't think a fan base is. I mean, sure, from the business standpoint, you want to make money from it, but from the company standpoint, it's more of a reward. I see, you know, Mojang. Oh my God, they've only been around for a year, and they already have their own
they're already doing conventions.
Yeah, they're already doing conventions.
But I think that really comes down to, like, the developers and the company's mentality of themselves. Like, they run a whole different business model than, of course, most anybody, I'd say. Yeah. And so it kind of, that helped them in this way, I think, because, like, Blizzard, like, if they weren't making those numbers, like, I don't think they would, because they're more business minded. Personally, that's what I think.
Yeah, but they're going to see with these conventions that they're going to get more people to come, and they're going to be spending more money.
Yeah, true. And then, of course, you got the media and the press, everything else that's behind you too on that. So
it's instant PR.
Yeah. All right, guys. Now, next in the news, I have to talk about a personal favorite of mine, XCOM. You guys, you know, there's an FPS coming of XCOM, and the developers already are kind of like, oh, that was a horrible idea. And the developers of XCOM now said, we're making another strategy game that's keeping to its roots, which I'm really happy to see here. And it's actually going to be called XCOM Enemy Unknown. And it's actually going to be on Xbox and PlayStation, supposedly. So I'm really surprised, considering this game is 13 years old. I just beat XCOM Apocalypse, because that's like, it's been my vice since I was a kid. And I was like, it's like the most, you cannot beat this game while cheating. And if you play it, you know what I mean. But I mean, like, it's good to see old games coming back like that, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they're not only making one game; they're making two. Right. So I don't know. I think they kind of just jumped into the FPS market.
Right. You see that a lot, or I've seen it a lot. Like Halo. Halo did a great job with their FPS series, and then they decided to make Halo Wars, and they're trying blew to get it up as like this awesome game. You know, they're trying to cross genres into a RTS rather than an FPS. Yeah. And you know, I'm glad to see that the XCOM guys are realizing that switching genre types of games really isn't what people want. You know, they buy the game for what it is, not
and what it was.
What it was. Yeah. You know, I'm really glad that they're like, oh, FPS isn't a good idea. Yeah. You know,
they're still making it. They're still going to shoot themselves in the foot, and they're going to shit a brick when they don't make those others.
but at least they recognized what they did, and they're going back to their roots. You know, the community changes from time to time, but not that vast to where you're changing the game.
Yeah,
you know, you're going from above viewpoint to first person. You're like, no, that's not gonna work.
I'll tell you guys, man, when we were at E3 last year, and they had a big ass XCOM covering half the size of it, and everybody was just like, really? You know, nobody understood that at all. So, but they're already putting money into publicity for it. You know, and the game wasn't even really announcing much information for it. Alright guys, the next topic here, PlayStation Vita. Oh my god, so much bad news for this. Check this out. It's already underselling in Japan. 3DS is already selling 4 times as much in Japan, and it's not even in the States yet or anything else. I mean, do you think this is going to be a sign for when it comes to the States? I mean, do you think, like, States people, we love PlayStation Vita a lot more anyway than Nintendo?
You know, when new game systems come out in Japan, you know, you always base it, in America, you always base off what Japan is, because they get the first chance at the market for it. And if PlayStation is getting undersold by Nintendo, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be willing to buy it just based off that. I've been a Sony guy since the PS1. So.
I didn't like the PSP though. Like, I even bought one used and I didn't really like it. But
I don't think the PSP did as well as they could have. And then they tried to throw in the PSP Go.
Oh
yeah, just a terrible
idea.
Yeah. You know, you couldn't have the game cartridge in. It was only Wi-Fi. It was.
Yeah. Now you have kids though. So are they gonna buy 3DSs? Or are they gonna buy like?
No.
Because you don't even have like a PSP, I don't think.
No. The only PlayStation or Sony anything that I have is a PS3, and basically it just sits underneath my TV as a DVD player, mostly. And then my kids will jump on. They'll get on like their games. Their favorite is Little Big Planet. Little Big Planet 2.
Play that.
Very good game. But that's about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely not. I'd say because I have all 3 game systems. Mm-hmm. They're all sitting downstairs now. I haven't touched them in like 8 months because playing PC games, Steam, being a content creator, it's hard enough to play games, let alone like watch other people's content and everything else. So it's just like. Consoles, I don't know. I think that's like a console PC war there that could easily get started because, you know, a lot of people say, oh, this game's all better on PC. Oh, this game's better on PlayStation, you know.
Well, plain and simple, you're going to get better graphics on PC.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Dual video cards and everything else.
You get those video cards. You can't compete with that on console because it comes in that package.
Unless if the coding's that bad that it didn't transfer over to PC, which has happened, you know, and it's just horrible on PC. I've heard of that, but that's about it. That's the only thing I give them. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is Easter eggs in video games. Do you love them or hate them? The reason why I want to bring this up is because I just did a video for a game coming out this week called Chopper Lift HD, and they did a Minecraft Easter egg. You can go ahead and watch that. And you fly over and you pick up Steve, who's abandoned on an island. And it's like, we found some black-haired guy over here on the blah, blah, blah. And he just flies over and picks him up. And then you leave and blah, blah, blah. And then you get like an achievement. So I was talking to the guys who produced that game. Great guys, and dealing with them. It's a good-looking game. So, what are some of your other favorite Easter eggs in games, would you say?
Well, being a Call of Duty guy, definitely in Modern Warfare 2, the museum, after you beat the campaign, you could go into the menu and you could go to the museum. And in the credits, you were actually in the credit museum. And you could pick up the guns and everything. And then there was a button.
Oh, nice.
And if you press the button, all the people came to life and they started shooting you. Yeah, it was awesome.
I don't remember that. I remember the end credits.
Yeah, you remember the end credits. Yeah.
I know you could go back.
When you go back to the menu, you could go into the museum.
That's great.
It's called Night at the Museum. You go in there, you can pick up all the guns and all that good stuff, and then press the button, you got juggernauts in there, dogs.
You got everything.
Yeah.
8 dogs.
It's pretty
8
awesome.
dogs.
Yeah.
Do you have any favorite ones so far?
Well, my favorite one has been, I've played World of Warcraft for 7 years.
Oh, they got so many in there.
They have so many of them.
They do.
And it's really hard to pick your favorite one because they just keep pulling them from left and right. But my favorite one has been when you're in Ungoro Crater and you find Link and you do his chain. you find his picture.
Oh, really?
You do his quest, and then after it's a 13 chain quest, and I knew when I got done with that quest that it was just a few more levels till I hit 60, and then I can raid, and then that's my favorite one.
That's way back when, though.
That was way back when the cap was 60.
Yeah, they got a bunch in there, man.
It's dangerous to go out there alone.
That's it. It's dangerous to go alone.
The one that I like most recent was Skyrim. They have the notch pickaxe, of course. Yeah. Skyrim also has Pac-Man, where it's a wheel of cheese that's on a table, and it's like cut out, like in the middle, so it has one little slice that's going, and it has little dots there, so and you have to like look down on it. I think that's almost like the nature of. I mean, you're a game developer, you know, so you're gonna have your favorite games, you know. Like if I was one, I'd totally make it like an XCOM reference or something. Yeah. So you know, it's like that's. I think it just comes natural, you know. So it doesn't take apart from the game.
No, I think it adds more to it because it plays on the developer's sense of humor. Like, how can we incorporate games that I grew up with that I really love, like the Pac-Man.
Especially ones that people won't even get because they're so young still.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and then you get those older gamers like this guy over here. who gets
the oldest of us gamers right here.
Call me the Gray Bush. Note that reference. The Gray Bush.
The oldest of gamers.
Yeah, you know, you get those old games in there, you know, and it's a ton of fun because when you find them on your own.
Oh
and
yeah,
you don't go to the internet. You're like, hey, I just finished this game, and then you're watching a YouTube video and it has a commentary. Oh, by the way, there's this Easter egg here. It kind of detracts from it, but when you find it on your own, you're like, hey, I get that. Haha, that's funny.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh wow, I really like this game even more.
So what are some of your guys' favorite Easter eggs in video games? Because I don't think there's a single game that doesn't have any, pretty much, you know. So share some of those with us down there. But next we want to go on to Soulcalibur. Do you think this ad is a little bit too much? I don't know. This is a new ad that they're using to show off the game.
Hey, I know those lips anywhere.
There are no lips.
Well, then her necklace. I know that necklace anywhere.
So do you guys think this is too much? Like, if we go to E3 this year, you're gonna see like a 9-story poster of these massive
fur coat and tits.
That's all. That's all.
You know, you get from a game that's known for its amazing combat coding.
Oh no, I thought you were gonna say revealing females.
Well,
you know?
yes, that too. But you see that in a lot of games. You see that in Tekken,
especially in fighting games.
Combat. Even Marvel vs. Capcom is a little risque.
Every new game.
It's got that cartoony feel to it, but you know, you still see. You're like, should I let my kids play this? It definitely detracts from what kind of game it is.
Yeah.
You know, unless you're a fanboy of Soulcalibur and you've been playing for a while, you wouldn't even recognize who's on the cover. You're just like Soulcalibur. Boobs.
I recognize boobs on the cover. I don't know. Oh, that's Ivy? What's an Ivy?
Yeah, exactly. It's a girl with a snake necklace and a fur coat.
Yeah.
And nothing else.
But the game's mature anyway, I think. So what do you guys think below? Do you think this is too far? If you go to E3 and you see, big tits, hanging off the building.
The tits are bigger than I am.
Who's going to complain, I know if I was like a kid going to E3, like 12 years old, I'd be like, what? That's bigger than anything I've ever seen before. They probably can't even identify what it is without stepping like 4 blocks away, I think. Next we want to go into, I know it's some of your guys' favorite game, TERA. So you guys are big TERA fans. We went to Gamescom. TERA had an amazing booth. We got tons of swag from TERA.
Oh yeah.
That's coming out soon.
Hat. Couple posters.
Yeah, we were
shirts,
frisbees.
That was crazy.
Oh my goodness!
It was like it was a nerd rave.
Oh
there.
my god!
Oh my
rave
goodness.
nonetheless. Rave nonetheless. The main raffle where they had the Frogster hosts out there, just throwing chucking stuff left and right.
TERA news. What can we expect? When's it coming out? What's going on?
TERA's coming out at the end of April this year.
They're trying to revamp the forum look, and it looks pretty cool. It's got kind of a blue hue. The slots are nice, you know, and they're easy way to find all your information that you're searching for. Talk about glyphs and crystals.
Is that like enchantment? It kind of sounds like.
It's a little enchantment.
Okay. For the WoW players out there, they're like sockets, and they have all different kinds of sockets for healers. They've got healing sockets or
cool.
The gear is definitely tailored to your class. Mainly because the classes only use one type of weapon, so they're only going to have one type of glyph or crystal.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of changing your weapon as much, what they're trying to tier more to is customizing your glyph, and they're going to be harder to get, and that's kind of how you're gonna customize your gameplay style. You know, you might have a tank, but you like doing damage with him, so you're going to switch out your glyph for more damage.
Yeah, what's also good about the crystals is that in WoW, when you made a gem and you socketed it, when you wanted to change that gem out, it was destroyed.
Yeah, you lost it.
But with this, you get to keep it.
Oh.
It doesn't get destroyed.
Okay.
So that's another benefit. You're not grinding.
Save time and everything else there. Yeah. The graphics on this game, I have to say, are just amazing. We did get a beta play it. Beta play at Gamescom. You know, whatever you want to call that. It's not even beta.
Yeah. That was the game. It was just translated.
It was
German.
The game.
Yeah.
So
it was fantastic. You know, we only played it for like 5 minutes each, but you know, it was so much different than any other MMO that I've ever played.
It still had that Korean touch, I felt, where it's like flashing colors and big like damage counters and everything else.
I'm kind of worried about if we're getting too much into the Korean type game. You know, grind.
I heard they were kind of making sure they focused away from that because they're trying to Americanize it.
This is why it's been taking so long for it to come out to the States, is because they are putting and they're implementing so much of the quests, you know, so you can defer from that grind.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Korean gold farmers.
Exactly.
To destroy it.
You run into that in every MMO. Yeah. And they're even counteracting those gold farmers with a thing called Chrono Scrolls.
That's right.
And they're implementing
in TERA.
TERA, yes.
And
what's that?
Chrono Scroll is basically it's a in-game item that you can buy from a merchant for real world money or in-game money. Okay. And when you use it, it adds time to your subscription of your gaming subscription.
Really?
And they had an article all about Chrono Scrolls and they were explaining like, why are we doing this? Blah 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 blah. Yeah. And basically, it's to fight gold farmers. You can pay real world money for them, and you can trade them. They're tradable in game as well. And it's basically just going to keep the gold farmers at bay because they're like, oh, wow, there's already a market for, you know, separate things. And they're like, gold,
okay.
You know.
So they're kind of having like a real life market, almost like Diablo 3, where they're...
That's kind of what it sounds like,
That's kind of what it sounds like.
A real auction house.
Because Diablo 3, I think, is going to open up doors, too, for people making money. Because I've always personally been a fan, of course, making money, real life money, and a job out of video games. Like Second Life, that's where I started. So it's like, and they endorsed it, you know? Right. So I think it just empowers people, personally.
But you won't be able to trade the Chrono Scrolls for real world.
Okay.
It's only
so it's all once you have it in game, it stays in game. But you get the rich guys that want to get a little bit of extra gold or extra items.
Yeah.
You drop $20 on a Chrono Scroll for an added 3 months of your subscription, and then you trade it to a guy who has an armor piece that you really want.
Yeah.
You know, and you can trade that.
Oh, that's an expensive. Man.
Yeah.
What other big like updates are you guys expecting with like the community and everything else, and how's it going so far?
Right now, there's a big thing going on right now where they talking about the collector's edition for TERA. They say it's in the works, but they have no idea what kind of goodies they're going to throw in.
Yeah. They haven't revealed anything what they're going to be releasing for the collector's edition, but there's a forum on the boards that. The community's getting really into, like, what do they want? Do they want little figurines? Do they want a soundtrack CD? Do they want poster or a limited edition poster or what have you? Something I would like is like a map,
of the world and everything.
A map of the world.
You usually see that. Yeah,
you know, you see that a lot.
Like Lord of the Rings had that, and WoW had that. Yeah.
They're also talking about in-game things like appearance items that don't have any stats, but you can equip them and then they look cool, and it just shows. I'm richer than you.
You know what game does that? Vindictus. That game. The armor they have is ridiculous. It's like American boxers, and it's like a chick's thong, and it has like more durability than like the strongest looking armor in the game. Like, damn, that's one impressive thong.
In a thong.
Yeah, Vindictus, man, that's a free to play game too. But Jesus,
I don't like.
They want you to pay real money.
Yeah, I'm with Notch on free to play. You know, it's not free to play. It's pay as much as you want.
For as much as you want to get for it. Yeah.
Free to pay as much as you want.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of free to play, another old school game is coming back. Mechwarrior is going free to play. Mechwarrior Online. I cannot wait for this. Mechwarrior was like one of my games growing up too, because in the arcade where we had, they had even pods, and they were like Mechwarrior designed pods, and we got in, they had like totally useless switches, you know, and I just pressed everything all the time, and really all it was like a couple keyboards and your monitor, and they had a couple monitors, I think, and you picked your mech and joysticks, but you know, you're a kid. You want to play around. You want to hit a bunch of shit. So
bring back the first Mad Cat.
Yes, please bring back the first Mad Cat. That was the best.
Are they not doing that? Because they announced a bunch that they are already.
They announced that they're gonna have some of the original ones.
Yeah.
Like the Mad Cat. Okay, that's my favorite one.
Yes.
But
and those customizable modules.
You can customize the mech through modules. Now, the modules in quotes, meaning that it's on the table, maybe.
And I know now you can register your pilot name already on the website. So
I got mine.
And in case somebody already gangsters, you know, it's your own fault because we warned you. So you can already go ahead and get it. So, hey guys, that's it for the first episode. We survived. Yeah. We survived. So be sure to subscribe and comment below about anything we talked about. We want the main thing about the show is we want to interact with you guys a lot and what you like to see more on the show. The show's going to be developing more and be better produced and everything else, and kind of be driven the way that you want to see it. So we love to hear what you think of it. Also, subscribe and comment because we want to give something away. We're going to have a giveaway drawer. From, what should we give away? What should we give away? Well, we've been talking a lot about...
a lot of goodies in here.
Let's see, we've been talking a lot about TERA, huh? So let's work on TERA. Here you go.
Here's some games
from
Gamescom.
The Gamescom.
These are hard to get to because there were a bunch of them. They're Gamescom exclusives.
It's a Frisbee.
Yeah.
I personally caught that one.
He did.
But I caught everything. So.
And not 5 minutes
You did, yeah. It was a little bit taller. Yeah.
Some poor guy got smacked in the head with this 5 minutes later after he caught it. So.
Nice. So we'll give that away. We have tons of other swag because we're just gamers. We love gaming. We're going to be going to more conventions. I've been personally E3, Minecon, Gamescom, British conventions. We have tons of stuff that we're going to give away. They're exclusive and things like that. Oh, and what's this? A Gears of War poster. We'll probably give that away next time. So if we figure out how to ship it, I hope they have posters at the store.
Nice.
I don't know if they have that here.
It's kind of 3D-ish.
So we'll give away that next time. But this is just some of the stuff we want to develop on and have fun with you guys because we're passionate about gaming. We just want to keep talking about what's in the news and everything else. So we hope you guys enjoyed. Okay, guys. So with that, we like to say, hey, thank you, and here's to you. See you guys in game.
See you in game.
Yeah.